Hey everyone. So how many of you guys are going to tune in to the Super Bowl this afternoon, Super Bowl 53, when the Los Angeles Rams and the New England Patriots meet down in Atlanta? Now, I'm not watching football anymore. I haven't watched football in a while after the whole Kaepernick situation. And, I've had my reasons for just deciding that I was over it. To be honest with you, I like the NBA much better anyway. But this video today is more about the cancel culture that we live in and how hypocritical the cancel culture has become. Now, I watched a lot of our black celebrities. They were all for Kaepernick until people are basically for Kaepernick until it affects their dollars. Now, I saw a lot of people, a lot of celebrities that we love, a lot of rappers that we love, go hard on Travis Scott for performing at the Super Bowl this evening. He's doing the halftime show with Maroon 5, and I believe Big Boy is going to be in attendance. Chloe Haley is supposed to do something, and Gladys Knight is supposed to sing the Star Spangled Banner. Now, of course, because I'm not watching it, I won't see any of these performances. And I noticed that when it was reported that Travis Scott decided that he was going to indeed perform, he got a lot of heat from these so-called woke rappers, right? Meek Mill didn't want him to do it. T.I. didn't want him to do it. There was people that supposedly was trying to talk him out of it. And yet and still, these same woke rappers that everyone loves is now down in Atlanta partying and hosting parties and being part of the festivities for the Super Bowl. Now, they'll sit here and try to explain away, well, I'm not really doing it. It's not really sponsored by the NFL the way Travis Scott's performance is. Actually, Travis Scott's performance is not sponsored by the NFL. He does not get paid from the NFL. It is actually sponsored by Pepsi. But that's neither here nor there. It's like, it's either you in or you're not. And so I don't like the fact that they want to, dog Travis Scott for doing something that they're technically doing too. You don't want him to perform at the Super Bowl, but you're down there performing at stripper concerts and you're performing at different clubs down there because you are willing to make a buck off of the fact that you have a lot of people in town for the Super Bowl. You're no different than Travis Scott is. You wouldn't have that concert if it wasn't for the Super Bowl being down in Atlanta. I can't believe that black people don't understand that the NFL designed this thing all along. The NFL said, let's put the Super Bowl down in Atlanta, Black Mecca, Black Hollywood, and watch how these Negroes gravitate towards it, how they forget all about the injustices, how they forget about the police brutality, and how they all come down there. And look at them. They all down there. Hell, Cardi B was just on stage the other day dancing with Robert Kraft of the Patriots. And she was one of the main people saying that she wouldn't perform at the Super Bowl because of Kaepernick, that she was standing up for Kaepernick. So it's just funny to me. I'm just saying this. If you're not going to if you want to cancel Travis Scott, then you got to cancel everybody else. Don't put it all on him and then don't cancel nobody else for basically doing the same thing. He is no different than T.I., than Meek Mill, than all these other people down there doing these concerts. But let's be clear, not everybody opened their mouth to talk about the injustices and how they felt about Kaepernick. It was just T.I. did, Meek Mill did. It's a bunch of them. It was like, F the NFL, until, of course, now they're in your city. Or you get to make a bag off of her. Now it's, don't judge me and all this other stuff. Even Meek Mill took to his Twitter today talking about, don't ask me no Super Bowl mess. Don't talk to me about Super Bowl. This generation and the people that are living today would have never been able to not ride the bus for as long as the people in the civil rights movement did. Remember Rosa Parks and all those other people, when they decided they was going to boycott the Montgomery bus system, they did it for over a year. They walked in the rain, when it was cold, when it was all kinds of weather conditions. They decided to shut it down because they realized what the bigger cause was. And believe it or not, you have to understand that green is far more important than black or white. It's all about the green. And they basically brought the Montgomery bus system to their knees, and they had no choice but to allow black people to sit wherever they damn well wished. But this generation where we're living at now, we can't even get together for 5 minutes because we know that once somebody dangles a bag of money in your face, it's all good. Now, like I said, I've made the conscious decision not to watch the NFL anymore. But even in that, I don't dog nobody for deciding to do it, because the truth of the matter is, I don't really know if there was an end game to what Kaepernick did. Because let's be clear, a part of me feels that if the NFL would have allowed Kaepernick to come back in the play, he probably would have taken that. And I would have been happy for him. Let's be clear. I would have been happy for him. But he's not going to go back and play in the NFL. They don't want him. All right. And they've made it very clear. And they've also made it very clear how they feel about their players. All right. These are the owners and the players are the workers. OK. And I'm not mad at any of those guys feeling like, you know what, the NFL has a very short shelf life. Those men have very short careers in the NFL. They're going to get their money and they're going to go off. And hopefully, if they're smart, they will have done something wise with their coins. Kaepernick in the end is going to be OK. He stood for something. He lost a lot, but he's still gaining a lot. And he is, respected by a lot of people because what he decided to do. But he's not going to starve. He's not. And so that's why I'm like, even though I've made the decision not to watch the NFL anymore, and I'm going to stand by that, I'm not mad at those who say that they choose to do so, because I know our people. I hate, and that sounds cynical and that sounds bad, but I know our people. We don't stand for nothing. We really don't. We don't have the fortitude, the intestinal fortitude like the people did in the civil rights era. We just don't. The minute you throw a bag in these kids' faces these days, whatever they were mad about, they ain't mad about no more. That's why I hate the cancel culture. We cancel people for 5 minutes and then we're over it, right? I'm sure they cancel H&M, but how many people still buying stuff out of H&M now? Okay. We cancel Kanye West, but how many people still wearing Yeezys? So let's just forget, people are entitled to do what they want. If you're going to watch the Super Bowl, enjoy it. If you're not, like me, you're all good too. All right. I'm not mad at nobody for that. I know what I'm not going to do. But all these other hypocrites, watch tomorrow when the Super Bowl is over. Watch them go back to saying F the NFL. And I'm just going to keep looking at them with a side eye because they all fake and they're all phony. So anyway, enjoy your Sunday. I just wanted to get that off my chest. Anytime you look at T.I. and the rest of them, please give them the side eye because they're all fake and they're all phony. Anyway, take care, everybody. Have a great